Hey, what's up everybody? It's Bryan here with another tutorial. We're going to be jumping into Premiere for the first time in a long time to do another transition. This time we're going to be covering this effect right here. Now this transition is known as a mask transition to many because it requires a mask. So let's jump into Premiere and see how it works. Now this transition works best when you have two clips that are moving in the same direction. But in this case, I decided to change directions. And it works in my favor because I'm not really moving that much on the first clip. But for the first clip, I'm pretty stationary here. What you guys aren't seeing yet, and we're going to see here in a few moments, is I have a big wooden bar that crosses the plate. And I use that to mask through. And this is how we get this shot right here. In another tutorial, I will show you guys another way of using maybe a person walking across your plate, a little more complex way of mask transitions. This is one of my favorite transitions out there, so I'm probably going to do multiple tutorials of using variations of this and how you can use them in your cuts, but I wanted to show this one with you guys because I can do this one really quickly. So I have these two clips here that I'm just going to start a new sequence with, so we're going to do a new sequence from clip. I actually don't need the audio here, so I'm going to unlink the audio, delete that. I want to lift this one up to the second video track. Stay organized here. And then I have another clip here that I'm just going to drag in like so. Now, when we look at this first clip here that I've dragged in onto the second track, here's that bar I was talking about, and we're going to use that bar to mask. Now, pro tip here, since this is a darker shot, I haven't color graded it yet, but we're going to throw some color grading on it now so that I can see this better, and then we'll pull that color grading back so that it looks better in the shot. So I'm going to use a plugin that I have here from Red Giant called Colorista. I'm going to throw that on, and all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to go through the guided correction steps here just to get a nice bright plate. So, a little oversaturated, but that's what we're going to go with for now. And I'm simply just doing this so that I can see this transition. Okay, we're probably going to need to help this a little bit, so I'm going to switch over to Lumetri, and I'm literally just going to raise the exposure. Don't worry about how the shot looks, we just want to see this transition. So to this transition easier, I'm going to hold down Alt and duplicate this footage above itself so it's timed out. And then on the top layer, I'm going to draw masks. I'm going to come up here to the opacity in my effects controls, and I'm going to click on the pen tool, or the free draw tool in this case. And I'm just going to draw a mask on the left edge of this bar since we're going this direction. Now, when you complete your mask, you're going to get this problem right here. To simply fix it, just hold down the Option key and drag your handles down like that and away, and now you have a corner that you can use. And we're going to use some speed ramping here in a little bit, so don't worry about making the mask perfect. Now, come on over here back to the effects and controls, and let's set a keyframe. Highlight the mask again to bring the mask up. And let's go all the way to the ends. I need a little bit more footage. Okay, highlight that mask again, so go all the way to the end like that, right where it disappears. And let's just bring this off like that. We'll go one more frame and take it completely off. Go about halfway between those two frames, just hug it. And we're just going to go through the whole process here. Make sure that we have everything here in our mask. And let's go to where the mask is supposed to start. It looks like it's about right there. Like so. Cool. And I actually want to grow this a little bit. And this is what we want. Now I can delete the bottom one. Let's just drag this down to the second track to stay consistent. Drag this footage over. And if I hit play, the effect is pretty much happening already. The mask isn't perfect, so we're going to make some adjustments here. The first thing I'm going to do in the mask is I want to throw a feather onto the mask. I also want to do an expansion of, let's say, -10 in this case. Highlight that mask, and now let's go in and let's just adjust our frames as we go through, and this takes some time. And another thing you can do, which I did do here, is I use a speed ramp. So if you come over here to your clips, you right click and go to show clip keyframes, and in this case I just want to bring up time remapping, speed, and let's do the same for the second clip. And if you increase the size of your timeline video tracks, you'll be able to see the keyframes here now. And what I want to do is right where the transition begins, which is about right there, I'll set a keyframe, and then I'm going to drag this all the way out. And on the far right, I'm just going to increase the speed. Highlight those frames, and then let's go ahead and just drag the handles in a direction. In this case, it's going this way. We just smoothen that out. On the bottom one, I want to do the same. I'm going to set a keyframe here. And then what I want to do is I want to drag the left, speed a little bit, and I want to smoothen these out. There we go. We have our transition. You can add a whoosh sound effect now, and it's done. Let's go back and let's take off the color grade here. I'm going to turn off Lumetri, and you now have a simple mask transition. So it's an easy transition this time around, guys. I want to hear your thoughts below. This is a very common one, but not a lot of people know how to do it, so I felt I would share it here. Please be sure to leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you know when new videos go live on my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.